I just wanted to stop by today and share with you 7 ways to get caught up in your memory keeping if your project life or daily memory keeping has you've fallen behind for whatever reason. I kind of came up with a process that's helping me get back on track because I'm also totally behind, and I thought this might help you too. Hey friends, I just wanted to stop in today and say hi, and also to welcome all of my new subscribers. I'm so excited to have you here, and I just wanted to share a video today. If you know, I've been keeping track of my daily memory keeping in my Happy Planner. And if you follow those videos, you probably noticed that they stop abruptly at the end of April. So I did the April one, and then, as you can probably imagine, I've totally fallen behind. So I was thinking about this one day because I've been trying to get caught up and do another video for you guys. And I thought, I'm probably not the only person who has fallen behind in project life or daily memory keeping or journaling, whatever you use to keep track of your memories. So I thought I was working on a process for myself to get caught up and not feel so just overwhelmed. The time goes so fast, and week after week goes by and you just keep falling further and further behind. So I thought, okay, what's a process I can use so I don't feel so far behind? And while I was working on my memory planner, I thought maybe this might be helpful to somebody else because I'm probably not the only one who has fallen behind. And I even hear of people who haven't started their memory keeping and they want to for the year. So I just thought maybe this process I would be happy to share with you guys, and hopefully somebody will find it helpful and motivating to get them started again too. So the first thing I wanted to do is schedule a block of time. So that would be step number 1. If you do your memory keeping week by week, which is what I did originally, I would usually do it on maybe Wednesday or Thursday evenings for the previous week, and that seemed to be working fine. If you're behind, you probably need more than your normal time to get caught up again. So maybe boyfriend or husband is going away for the weekend on like a guy's kind of trip. That would be a great time to have the whole place to yourself. Or if you have children, maybe they can go to grandma's for an afternoon, and you can use that time to get caught up. So just kind of whatever you need, just to kind of like help you. And if it seems too big to plan like a whole afternoon like that, seems too overwhelming. Something I do generally with cleaning, because I don't really like cleaning, is I'll tell myself, okay, just do it for 10 minutes, and I'll even like set the timer sometimes. And I'll do it for 10 minutes, and I'm amazed how much I can get done in 10 minutes. And number 2, not necessarily with cleaning, because I'm not usually having a good time while I'm cleaning, but with other projects, decluttering or something like that. If I feel like, this is not so bad, I'm making progress, I think I can keep going. And I'll either reset the timer or I'll just, go at it. So if, setting aside an hour or an afternoon seems too overwhelming and it just seems like you're so far behind, this is just too much work, just start with 10 or 15 minutes and see how far you get. Probably most people who do scrapbooking and memory keeping, we enjoy it. It's just that it becomes overwhelming when you're behind. So if you can just kind of get yourself, get the ball rolling again and get started, you'll probably find that you're having a really fun time and you'll want to keep going just on your own. So that's my step number 1, is to do a block of time or even just a little bit of time. Number 2 is to make a checklist. If you're a planner girl like me or you like making lists, this kind of helps keep you motivated. I'll show you my list right here. This is not pretty, I will tell you. I just took I just wanted a big sheet of paper, and all I did was just list out, really messy. This is not a cute list for a video. This is my actual list, and I just wrote down to just do my May dashboard, because I'm using the Happy Planner. So you have your monthly pages, your dashboard, and your weekly pages, and I like to decorate all those. So I just made a list, and then I put the weeks that I was behind. So I originally got behind because we went traveling this spring for a couple weeks. Then I came home, I was sick, so that was kind of another week I didn't get much done, and then I started a new job. So it was kind of like the perfect storm for completely getting off track. And then, like once you're like by then like 3, 4, 5 weeks behind, it's just like, oh, this is getting to be a bigger mountain. Like, this is a lot to climb. So you can see I got quite a list here. I had 3 weeks in May that I was behind, then June, and you can see I kind of started catching up here, some of my June weeks, and then into July. So yeah, I ended up like several weeks behind, because you know how fast the weeks, they like fly by. So if you don't stay on top of it, it's easy to get behind. But what I did is I listed out each thing. So I listed out my week, and then my process is I kind of will, I find my pictures that I want to print out, I print those out, I plan out kind of like a layout. I'll look at my pictures and see what, like washi tape and stickers and all the fun embellishments, like what goes with those. I'll do my layout, then I write my little journaling notes, and then kind of decorate with stickers and that kind of thing. So I kind of have maybe, I don't know, 4 steps or so that I follow. So I put out each step. So like even if I just get part of one page done, I get like the satisfaction of like crossing it off the list. And as you see, it doesn't have to be like a cute list. It can be just a messy list. But I leave it out while I've been working, because then I can see as I'm getting things crossed out, I can see I'm catching up, and that makes me feel more motivated to continue to move forward. So okay, that's number 2, do a list. The third thing I do is I create kind of a framework for my pages. It's really scary, at least for me, I don't know how you guys feel, to start with just blank pages. So like when I started, I had just weeks of just open, empty space. And that is really scary, because I think, well, I can barely remember what I did like a few days ago, much less several weeks ago. So I kind of create a framework, I call it, and this helps me when I go to work. I don't start with a blank page, and that helps me a lot. Then I can kind of start seeing things come together. So what I do is I will usually just do post-its. So you can see, like this is 4th of July week. So 4th of July week, that one, like obviously it was the 4th of July if you live in the States. So I can kind of remember what I did on that day, because that day was a holiday and it stands out. So I kind of put notes here. I went to Starbucks with my boyfriend. My friend Amy came over, and we had dinner together and watched fireworks. And then if you've been following like the news, that little Juno, like, I don't know, what is it, like a pod or a spaceship or some kind of little orbiter thing, reached Jupiter. So I thought that was really exciting and really cool, and I've been kind of like watching the news and checking out the cool pictures and that kind of thing. Then I was just kind of looking at Wednesday and Tuesday, what did I do? Doesn't look like it was a big day for me, just worked and watched a couple things on TV, that kind of thing. Thursday, I was kind of looking at my planners in the evening and trying to decide which planners I want to keep using and what I might want to revamp for the next half of the year. I did some shopping on Saturday. So, not big things, but it kind of helps to kind of start filling things in. And for travel, the weeks that we traveled, I actually still have my itinerary that I typed out for the things we were doing that day. So that's an easier week because I got my itinerary, so I can kind of use that for my cheat sheet. Now, how you get the framework is kind of have to be like a little detective. So I looked at like this couple weeks that we traveled. This is easy because I have my itinerary, and I can check on my phone all the pictures that I took every day, because when I travel I take a lot more photos than just normal everyday life. Maybe you're the same way, I don't know. I'm kind of a shutterbug when I travel. So I can see easily what we saw each day, what I ate, what we were doing, that kind of thing. Weeks where it's just like I remember vaguely I went shopping or something I maybe watched on TV, those are more difficult. So different things I do is I will go look back at my planner and see if I wrote down any appointments or classes I took, any kind of notes that I wrote down that might help jog my memory. I also will look in my journal. So if you journal at all, that might be helpful because sometimes you write, at least I do, things I'm either thinking of or planning for, looking forward to, or just writing about a fun time I had. So those things will be in my journal, and that will help give me a note of what I did. You can also look on social media. So what did you post on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube? Any of those kinds of things will help you remember, oh yeah, I posted my new planner and I had just purchased it. Things like that, or a day that you went to the beach or something. So any of those kind of little things kind of help jog your memory. Also, if you're really stuck, you could even check texts. Sometimes you might be texting your friends, making plans, and you'll remember, oh yeah, I met so-and-so for a coffee or something, and that will help jog your memory of other things that you did that day. So you could check texts, you could even check emails if you email family and friends, and that might help jog your memory. But any of those little things I feel like can help kind of put your week together, give you like a framework so that you're not starting with just this blank page that you don't know what to do with. So that's number 4. Number 5 is get ready and start working. So just find a space that you can kind of spread out. If you can leave your project out, that's even better. So if you have a craft room, that's awesome. I don't have a craft room. I live in a really small space, so actually the table that I use is a fold-up table that I actually keep slid under the bed. So every time I work, I gotta pull the table up, set it up, get all my stuff out. So it's nice if I do have the house to myself, if I do it in the evening when maybe my boyfriend's having guy night or something, that's great because I can spread my things out on the table, and I usually start spreading things out like on the bed, like my washi and stickers and all that kind of thing. So if you can spread out, I feel like that's like more, it's just easier to work because you don't feel like you have to like stay neat while you're working. So that's number 5. Number 6 is to put some like energetic music on to keep you kind of going and motivated, or put on like a movie, or you could try videos, but I usually will choose like either a movie or a TV show that I've watched before. So kind of like an old favorite that is good company, but not something that you're going to want to sit and watch. So you don't want to like get off track with your project. You want to stay on track, but it's kind of nice to have a little company in the background. So maybe a movie or a favorite old TV show where you have lots of episodes that you can cycle through. That's kind of fun. Sorry about the noise. I think they're doing like the big garbage trucks that are coming through, so it might be kind of noisy. Sorry about that. Okay, and then number 7 is this is just something I do that makes me feel better. Is I begin with the most recent week. So when I got off track and I started getting on track, I started with July 20th through the 26th. And I started with that week because I feel like when I get that week done, it's kind of like the cycle of kind of not doing anything is like stopped, and at least I have like a week done. And then I go back. And I do it for 2 reasons. One is it just makes me feel better that like, okay, I'm sort of caught up a little bit, because I could start fresh now with my other weeks, and then I can go back when I have time. Also, the most recent week is most fresh in my mind. So that helps me just do a little better job on that week. So first thing is schedule a little bit of time, either really teeny tiny time, like 10 minutes, or a couple hours, or an afternoon, or a weekend. If you could do a whole weekend, I think you could probably get quite a bit done in that time. Make your checklist, because that will help keep you motivated, and it just feels good like to check things off the list, don't you think? Create a little framework, so use like Post-its or some kind of little notes to remind you what you did. Be a detective, so use your social media, check on your phone what pictures you took or texts that you sent to kind of give you an idea of what you did each week. Find a space to work. So, either at home or if you need to get away, I think in the States anyway, I think Michael's lets you use their classrooms now for free if there's nobody in there like doing a class. I think you can actually go in there and work for free. So that's nice too. Just sometimes like to get away, you don't have any distractions. So find a space to spread out and then get some music going that helps keep you motivated and kind of energized, or a movie or something to keep you company. And then begin with your most recent week if that will make you feel better. That makes me feel better because I feel like I've kind of like stopped the cycle of like not doing anything. But if it makes you feel better to go back and start with the last week that you left off on, that's cool too. So just start on something that makes you feel good, makes you feel like not so overwhelmed with the whole thing. Because it's supposed to be fun, right? I mean, it is fun like looking back on your memories and just seeing all the interesting things that happened during the year. So it's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be a job. And also another thing I wanted to mention, there's probably people who are saying, oh, well, you're only like a month behind. That's no big deal. I haven't even started yet. That's like worse. So another thing to keep in mind is you don't have to start these projects in January at the beginning of the year. So if you thought, in January you had grand intentions that you wanted to do some memory keeping and you just didn't get started, maybe you bought a lot of things but you just didn't have a chance to sit down for whatever reason, you can start now. There's, if you want to use a memory planner or a Project Life or something, get your things ready and start in August. I actually ended up starting in December. I actually was using my Happy Planner since, last, I think August I got it. I realized it wasn't by, I think November, I remember on Thanksgiving week, I planned a really cute little layout and then I didn't write anything. And I realized I hadn't been writing things for like a couple weeks by then. And I thought, I think this is just not working for me as a planner. The vertical planning is just like not my thing. So I thought, what else can I do with this? I love this planner. And so I thought about doing the memory keeping, and that's been working great until I just got a little bit off track this spring. But it had been working great. So I started mine in December. So you can start any month, any week. You could start in September is like a great, I always feel like September is kind of a time for like new beginnings and people are starting new projects and going to school and that type of thing. So that's kind of a nice beginning to like a year. So don't feel like if you wanted to start in January and it didn't work out, you can start in August, start in September, start next Monday. So, any time it is a good time, and then just make that sort of like your personal year. Okay, I hope this doesn't get too long, and I hope it was helpful for you. So I just wanted to share with you 7 ways to help get you back on track when you've fallen behind in your memory keeping, and you just need an idea of how to get started again. So okay, thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you next time. Bye.